On December 1st, I busted the fattest, fattest nut in my life. That shit was like, it was like raining cum. That shit was hella huge. I was basically like, I came globs and globs of cum on December 1st. Some of you might be confused as to why I did that, but I'm fairly certain a lot of you know why. It's this fucking November. Last month was November. We did this thing called challenge. The No Nut November challenge. And basically, people try to not nut for an entire month. I failed, obviously, because my urge to bust, to bust one for myself, because tits are just too huge. Or when I see a slightly sexual thing in my YouTube recommendations, like goddamn YouTube, are you trying to make me fail? You trying to tell me something? Jesus. Anyways, I failed. I entered a stage of post-nut clarity, and I am ashamed of myself, and then I tried again. My record so far is 13 days. My last year's record was 11 days, so my powers truly have grown since the last time I'm doing this challenge. Anyways, 13 days without busting a nut has accumulated my plump balls into making them plump. That sounds gross. It is. Trust me. Basically, I was just laying on my bed, just lying down, and then I decided, it's time, baby. No, this was after I ate breakfast, of course. I ate some good food. I forgot what I ate, actually. I don't even remember. But anyways, I basically decided myself, the time has come. And, I decided, if I'm gonna bust a fat nut, I'm gonna bust a fat nut. I'm gonna bust one to something I like. So I watch hentai. Hentai is pretty good. I think, well, hentai is pretty good. You already know how good hentai is. But my specific brand of hentai, I don't remember the name actually, but I can describe to you the story of what had happened. Excuse me if my story is a little bit off, because I don't remember all of it, and besides I was too busy staring at the tits instead of the subtitles. So excuse me if I'm a little off. Basically, a guy was walking into a park, and he saw a bunch of kids kicking a cat, and he said, and then he just punched that shit punched one kid's face and said, "Fuck off, you kids." And the kids promptly fucked off. I mean, I would do too if that guy fucking sucker punched me. If I was that kid. Anyway, basically, the cat thanks the guy. It turns out the cat is actually a goddess. And the goddess said, "What do you want as your gift?" And the guy said, "I want to fuck people." So the goddess gives him an iPhone that lets him fuck people, which he promptly used to turn a cat into a girl, and then he fucks that girl. And then the goddess immediately regrets giving him the phone that lets him fuck people. Pretty interesting story so far. And then he decided to use this magnificent sexual device on any woman he could find. His sister, his classmates, a Russian girl with silver hair, which he proceeds to fuck the Russian girl while in a plane. Don't know how they didn't crash. I'm pretty surprised they didn't crash. That's one hell of a pilot. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, it was pretty good. If you know the name, you're probably a real degenerate. Anyways, I was laying down and I just fucking busted a fat one. My hand was going at Mach speed. I was exercising. It was good exercise, I was practically sweating as well. Good exercise for your arms and arms only. I'm fairly certain I lost 10 kilograms of fat because I busted a fat one so hard and so fast. Anyways, I basically busted a fat one, and basically, it was the best moment I've ever had in my life. It was pure ecstasy, like every time I came. Basically, yeah. I busted a fat one, and the balls, the cum that traveled from my balls up to my penis, to the tip of my penis, and spewed out. Normally, when I come, and when the majority of it comes, it's mostly a squirt. You know, where you aim at one specific location and you probably get a result. Is what I'm trying to say. This wasn't just a squirt. This was a fucking sploosh, a splash. Basically, when I was jacking off, and I basically came, it went fucking everywhere. It got a little bit on my bed. It got on my stomach. It got on my neck, on my fucking cheeks. Got on my chin as well. I'm fairly certain if I hadn't protected myself with my arm, I'm fairly certain some of them would have gotten in my eye, which would have been one hell of a mess to clean up. And anyways, after that I had to lay in there, bed. I lay in bed for a little bit, smelling the cum. And then I decided to take a bath for obvious reasons. That's basically it. That's how I busted the fattest nut in my entire life. In November. Speaking of November, I can't believe it's fucking November already. Why the fuck is time going by so fast? Is it because of quarantine or some shit? I feel like I just blacked out for 6 months. What the fuck happened? Shit went by so fast. What the fuck? Anyways. See ya, I guess.